Welcome to this session on brainstorming process, and as I mentioned earlier, we will have the details of how to do a brainstorming as well as a small activity at the end of this. So, keep some paper ready with you so that you can do this. Well, brainstorming is a way to discuss a particular problem using collective intelligence. So, we are actually using not just the individual person who is trying to attempt a problem solving technique, but we are using multiple approaches of multiple people around in the room or on the table or even distance more sometimes nowadays, by making it participatory for everyone to contribute their ideas, and it is a regular process used nowadays for problem solving, because it just helps you to get the different angles to the same problem. More the variation, more the merrier. So, that is the whole process. We will have a look at how we do that. The way it is conducted is that a problem is thrown open to everyone, and everyone now has to start giving out their impressions about it, the way, and that can be moderated. So, you can discuss about the advantages, disadvantages, way of solving it. You can actually think any direction. Rather, it is better that nobody moderates this kind of discussion. Only the person required is to write down whatever is happening. Sometimes even that is distributed, like everybody is given chits of paper and people just write whatever comes to their mind and keep throwing into the center piece, which can be a board or a post-it sticker board or a magnetic board where you can paste things or something like that. But what you have to remember during this is that you have to just write everything which comes to your mind without even thinking about it. Do not evaluate anything at that point. So, just keep writing. The moment you hear that word, whatever comes to your mind, just keep writing and write each and everything what you think about it. Evaluate nothing and write everything is the key. Going forward, you should encourage a person who is writing, saying that okay, write some more, what all can you think about it, but never force. For example, never say that okay, I want everybody exactly 10 advantages of this particular product. No, that is not done. The forcing will make it very lame, in sense it will not give you the exact thing what you are looking for. So, always encourage but never force. The moderator or the person who is writing or coordinating the activity can ask for some clarification. If someone has written something, you can ask for okay, how do you think this would add to whole thing, but you should never ask why have you written this and why it is wrong to write this. This kind of judgment has not to be passed, because that just kills the process of thinking for that particular individual and sometimes for the group also. So, ask for clarification, but never ask for a judgmental thing, because that actually is a silent way of evaluating what person is writing. So, it just goes back to the first saying where you do not evaluate anybody. Finally, we look at the board, which will look something like this, which will have the points written by everybody arranged in no particular order. It is just capturing of information as it has happened during that session. So, it is just thrown up on that. After that, you have to just categorize that now with the help of others and just try to circle them or try to find out which are the sections which make some sense with each other, and try to use colors or the way in which you can do it. You can put stars or you can put some symbols around it to show that these belong to a family. This is one thread of it. These are all advantages, these are all drawbacks, all such things. So, categorizing is the second stage. And finally, you can also reduce something. So, now you can be judgmental, saying that okay, this probably is not fitting the whole process, and just get a unanimous decision about it and just cut them out. Okay, these are not required in this particular focus. And after that is done, then you can try to analyze whatever is left over. Now, you can say there is a connection between these two and this will lead to that. So, you can just try to make sense out of whatever is available with you. At this point you can also think of re-inviting the topics which you had reduced in the earlier stage, like if you feel that they are required for connecting things, well and good, you can just call them back into this process. After you do that is when you will get a very clear picture about, not so clear actually, a lot of people find it very confusing, but you will get it in a format that everybody has put their ideas, and then if you look at it you will realize that it has certain aspects which you could not think alone. So that is how the power of brainstorming works, right. So now what we have to do is that for the presentation process of plan, execute and impress, we are at the plan phase right now, and we are then going to look at how this particular plan phase is going to be carried out, and this is going to happen in the class. But as an assignment you have an individual activity to do. What is the activity? You have to do this before coming to the class on the 2nd of February. Select a product of day to day use. For example, it can be a pen, it can be a book or a diary, or whatever day to day object you can think of. Just think about a consequence, what will happen if a battery pack is added to this, and what all can happen. Now individually do this activity of the same 5-stage process what I just mentioned, and try to come up with one page of your thoughts to the class that day. And like I said, you should be able to perform all the 4 stages of capture, categorize, reduce and analyze. Get that paper on the day of the class, and we will be able to have a look at what is happening there. You should also scan or photograph it and submit it on Moodle on the link given, so that we can get a soft copy of that, but you just bring it in the class that day. So this is what is activity for the individual. However, there is a class activity which we are going to conduct in the class along with your group. So this is the activity for the group. Now the group is assigned with a topic which is explained in the next slide, and this topic will be used for the brainstorming in the class. What you have to do is just read about that topic before coming, or you can make your points at home and come to the class. These are the topics. The first topic is about internal and external transport. Let me put a disclaimer at this point, all these topics are with respect to the IIT Bombay campus only. So do not talk about global problems or national problems at this stage. We are free to interpret the topics in your own way. Right now, as I said, do not be judgmental. So think about it. I have mentioned the group numbers in front of the names of the topics. So the group number 11, 13 and 22 will be working on the transport topic given to them. At the same time, the rest of the topics like food, internet, infrastructure, energy and waste. So these are the 6 topics, and these are the CSE groups. There are the mechanical engineering groups also joining us on that day because it is a combined class, and these are the mechanical engineering groups who would be working on these following topics. So I think you guys can just think about the topics in your own way. If you can meet the group, well and good. If you cannot, just keep it to yourself. Actually it would be good if you keep it to yourself. Come to the class that day and then deliberate in the class, which is going to be a class activity that day. So I will see you in the class. Thank you.